Ah, the wonderful gift of flight. Man, it feels so good to be able to fly all over the map, get around some of these dragons, and really just go wherever we want. But this gift came at a hefty price. Like here, when this dragon came back to visit me when I was visiting the tower. Or here, when I didn't watch out for my health again. Or here, as I'm traveling through the forest at night, and I stumble upon this zombie with cloaking and choke. So right here already, my, things are gone. As you can see in the background there, there's more. There's actually 2 more with the same exact enchantments. So yeah, I'm suffocating to death. How awesome is this? Well, here I also tried to tame a rock. Yeah, didn't work. What's up, guys? My name is Fatal Repetition. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to RLCraft. This is the second part of episode 5. So, in our first recording, a lot went wrong, as you just saw, but a lot of things did go well. So I wanted to show those things here. We were able to make a hammock. Now that's a mod added. It's actually pretty neat. This mod allows you to, make a hammock and use it to be able to sleep through the day. Now most like sleeping bags and beds allow you to sleep through the night, but this allows you to sleep through the day, which is pretty beneficial. So all you have to do is set up the rope and nails. You will need 4 spaces in between, and then you just right click the hammock on the rope and nail. As you see here, boom, sets it up. If you right click on it, you'll sit on it like a chair. But if you take your shield out of your hand and shift and right click, it allows you to sleep through the night. How freaking cool is that? So we also made the helmet for the Tide Guardian armor. I only made the helmet because I really like how the helmet looks. You could really make any piece, but it gives you water breathing and strength while in water, which is pretty cool. We also loaded up some of the quests. You can just open them up. You complete the quests, and basically that's how you get hats in RLCraft. I wanted to do a few to get my favorite hat, as you'll see here, which is the silver one here with the red feathers on top. I like this one mixed with the Tide Guardian helmet. It's just really cool how the red feathers go through the gills of the helmet. And lastly, we were able to get the potion ring of strength. Now you use that by putting 1 magma cube. You can use an empty potion ring in the middle, surrounded by blaze powder, gives you the potion ring of strength. This increases your damage you put up by a little bit. So, with those things out of the way, we can get on to the main exploration of what we did in this video. And exploration really is the theme. We spent a lot of time exploring the world because we chose to go for a hippogriff mount. It's a mount from the Ice and Fire mod. Now we chose this mount because it doesn't need any special saddles or really anything special to do to tame it. It doesn't need treats or anything like that. If you're familiar with the previous RLCraft, you needed treats, and you could just give them treats pretty early on, and within 5 or so treats, you could tame one. Now you need to learn them, and it requires a lot of treats, as you saw at the beginning of the video. So with the hippogriff, you just need to tame it. You throw on a saddle, and you can ride it. So here we come across some defiled lands. We're not going to delve too deep into this episode on the defiled lands, but we're going to hop over here. As you can see, the shaders make the sky look really cool. When you are walking in the defiled lands, it turns the sky all purple. It's pretty neat. But I just came over here to kill a couple aspids, get some of their meat, and keep exploring. I'm really looking for a desert. So on our bow, we do have I believe, lesser flame. So what that's pretty neat for is that when you shoot these mobs like this and they die, they drop cooked meat. So you don't have to get, well, that one didn't because he wasn't on fire. But the other ones that I shoot with the bow, as you'll see, do die on fire or die instantly from the flame bow, which immediately right there cooks the meat. So you don't have to throw it into a furnace. Pretty neat. All right. So as we come out of the defiled lands, right here is a desert. Sweet. This is actually super good. Really, because the way to tame a hippogriff is you need rabbit's feet. It's a really low percent chance to drop. Man, that guy's fast. It's a really low percent chance drop from a rabbit, but rabbits spawn in the desert, and they only really spawn in a few biomes. Two main ones that I know are cold biomes and your deserts. Spawn quite a few rabbits, and as you see, I mean, we spend a long time in the desert and in some of these cold biomes hunting rabbits. Now, when I say the drop rates are low, they're real low. And yeah, as you'll see, we're going to count all of the rabbits that you'll see. It takes quite a few to lead up to where we get our first rabbit's foot. All right, there was our first one. And as you saw, no rabbit's foot. Not too disappointed. I mean, it was just one, right? We already know that there's super low chance to drop their feet, but that one just dropped hide. So we're going to keep looking. So here we stumble across this dragon. I see he's on the ground, and that's a unique opportunity when they're just stuck on the ground like that. Sometimes it can work out pretty well if they just stay in one place. You have that perfect distance between you and him and the render distance. Now here I try to take a few shots at him, but I don't know what was going on. Like, I don't know if I was hitting him, but the moment he takes flight, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. But yet I found myself taking the long way around and trying to get some shots while he's in the air. I was in this tree, but he keeps flying in and out of my render distance. I don't understand. Like, I'm pretty sure right here I have my render distance up to like 20, 24, something like that. But he must just be on the tip of that distance, because right here he goes out and then he comes back in. So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this guy. Now, our mission of this whole episode, well, really our 2 episodes, is to get a flying mount, right? And in this episode, we decided to go for a hippogriff. And a cool thing, hippogriffs spawn in sandy biomes and in high elevation biomes. As you can see, this guy comes right here. I'm like, oh man, like I'm trying to shoot this dragon, but this guy comes down and he's gonna land. I'm like, really? Are you really gonna land right now? Like, I don't have any rabbit's feet, right? We only killed one, we didn't get a foot, and he's gonna fly right down. Oh my gosh, and he's gonna attack me. I'm gonna have to kill him. Oh, wow. As sad as that was, we have to keep going forward. As you can see, there's more hippogriffs just flying around, taunting me, and I'm like, can't do anything with you guys. But as I'm looking, I find this guy again. It's just a common theme right now. It's a common comical theme of these sea serpents getting stuck on land. But it's actually quite funny. And this one's pretty comical because he's stuck in between, the 2 islands here. And yeah, this guy's actually a pretty big one. So I'm actually kind of excited for how many scales we're going to get. Right here, I call my horse. And he just decides to not come. And I couldn't find him. So I was like, okay, guess I'll walk. But yeah, as we see here, 22 scales. Wow, that's pretty good. We see this building, this structure, a few times throughout the episode. I'm not going to dive into it in this episode, but maybe in the next episode, we'll come up to one of these and fully explore it. As you guys are in different biomes in your guys' worlds, especially deserts, keep your eyes open for these dead dragon bones, or these dead dragon bodies, I guess. They're just free dragon bones. And here I'm like, this guy's huge. Okay, this could be really good. I'm hoping. Please be stage 5. Please be stage 5. Oh, stage 3. Wait. Yes! Yes! Stage 5. This is awesome because that's going to allow us to get the dragon's eye. Oh, hey, be quiet. Shh. There's another rabbit. I'm going to get him. He hasn't moved yet. I'm going to sneak up on him, and I'm going to get him. And go! Yeah. Second one, still didn't get a rabbit's foot. Bruh. Anyways, got to keep going. And number 3 is down. Still no rabbit's foot. I came across this guy, which, by the way, is a Cyclops. And I'm like, what is happening here? He's being hurt. Is he being hurt by the sheep? This is like some sort of weird revolt with the sheep against the cyborg. But I'm like, no, they're passive. That couldn't happen. What's going on here? I'm going to get a little closer, but I'm not going to go in there because I don't know what's hurting him. I would never attack one of these guys because they have like a one-shot hit against you guys, and he could just take all your health. So I'm like, oh, yep, that's a death worm. I don't know how big it is. I just saw the particles. Yeah, that's something I don't want to mess with right now. I'm going to get out of here. Here, going for some more rabbits. Right here, he hits me with the hard juke. Goes back there. I'm having the hardest time. And I hear more Afrits. Just giving me PTSD from episode 1. But, I was like, you know what? I'm going to fight these guys. Don't need to run. Just need to be patient. And hit my shots. Fatal. Hit your shots. Oh, now I'm on fire. Okay. Woo. Now let's see if I can find that rabbit again. Trying to figure out which way he went. I found him on the other side, I believe. Just got to top off the old water here. And there's another hippogriff. Pretty sweet. But yep, found him on the other side here a little bit while later. And man, they're so fast. Number 5 goes down. Still no rabbit's foot. Dang it. Oh, got a couple here. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them. Come on. Give me the rabbit's foot so I can tame. Nope. Just meat. And of course, there's a crake. These guys are so annoying. I always kill them. Alright, we got another one here. But a death worm, which I'm assuming is just a baby death worm, decided to steal it from me. He killed it and then just left. Look at it. I'm looking for him. He's gone. Alright. After a long time in the sun, long time exploring this desert, looking for rabbits, I'm like, you know what? I see this battle tower here. I'm like, it's time for some action. So, really am. Just time to cool off. That's why I'm sitting in this little pool here. I have the chest Aussie liner, but man, without the pants, it's hard to regulate heat. But really, water's just the best way. So I'm going to mark that battle tower across the way here so I don't forget about it, where it's at. And then we're going to pursue this sand tower to the left. So I hop in here just like normal, right? I'm just going to take down this tower, just hop in, kill a few mobs, probably break the spawners. Just want to kill these guys first. And the most intense spider spawns. This battle's intense. I'll let you guys watch. Phew! Man, that was tough. I swear I was panicking and sweating the whole time. Infernal mobs are no joke. Thank God I had this water here, because if not, I would have died. Of course. Really, Reaper? Man, after all that, a Reaper spawns. But we made it through that, and now it's time to explore this battle tower. So right here, advancing to the next level, I see that a blood moon is rising. Now, we've had a few of these happen on the channel, and yeah, we've avoided most of them. Blood moons at early game are very scary. Like, the amount of mobs that spawn, not only on the ground, but in the air as well. It's just, it's just too much early game. We don't have a lot, speaking of intense and a lot, what's going on right here. Clearly these fiery mobs are just, man, they're a pain when you don't have the Dragon's Eye. But yeah, again, we stay inside through this whole blood moon. In future episodes, when we become a little more OP, we'll take advantage of those blood moons. You'll see. Alright, so here we've cleared out most of the tower. I spotted this infernal zombie. As you'll see, yeah, just right over there. And of course this guy has fiery, because most of these infernal mobs, they have like every debuff and every enchantment under the sun. So I'm trying to think of a plan here. I'm like, okay, if I stay in the water, I should be able to survive this. Okay, as long as I just whack him hard, just keep going. Oh, he's got sticky too. Wow, okay. Just keep hitting him, hit him hard. Keep going. And I look at his health for a second. I'm like, he's barely taking any damage. Ugh, I'm going to get out of here. Man, I want to get the experience and the drops from him, but I mean, the stuff's going to kill me before I even get a chance to kill him. I mean, he was taking no damage. He had 161 health. Just ridiculous. I'm like, okay, let's try him at a range. Nope. If I do that, the fire's going to get me. We'll just leave him alone. So we head back in here, and now it's time to head to the top. I have teleport arrows, so that's good. So I'm going to go to the top and build out a little pillar where I can try to use the teleport cheese method with the golem. Now, if you guys are curious about the zombie, yes, I did leave for a little bit and let him despawn because I didn't want to deal with that. At the top here, I'm kind of being a little cautious because, yeah, if I jump, I don't want to risk him seeing me because I have like super jump. So if I jump, I'm going to jump like almost 3 blocks. So I'm going to be careful, just build out a little bit here. I can still see him over that wall, so which means I should be able to shoot him. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to build out here. There we go. Yeah, I can still see him. Just building out. The plan is to build out quite a bit of ways. Basically drop water off of this side, and then what you do, because right now we don't have a flying mount. So if we had like a rock or a flying mount, you could just shoot him while you're on your mount. You guys switch places. Hopefully he doesn't kill your mount. But since I don't have that, I have to use this. Now he is special as well, so we definitely don't want to fight him. But yeah, the idea is just to get him out here, place water down, and then basically you step in the water, which makes you falling. And then you hit him with the arrow. And then when you switch places, he'll be falling from the water. Now, you can also just build the pillar out and do it while you're standing on the pillar. What I found is that he just stays out here, and then he keeps aggro on you. You want him to be on the ground, so he loses line of sight, and you can get rid of the aggro. Now, right here, I had a bruh moment, and I placed the glass where my water source was, so that was pretty lame. So I go back down and get another water bucket so I can go back up there and make this plan work. All right, here back at the top. So, getting back into position and ready for this to work. Now, this is kind of the first time I've done this, or first time doing this without a flying mount. So I'm trying to get it right, I'm trying to get the right level. I don't want him to just one-shot fireball yeet me when I do this, so we put that there, and then kind of just start bobbing. Right here, I'm pressing shift, so I'm in the water, but I'm actually holding on to the block so that way I can shoot my bow accurately. Because if you're trying to do this while you're bobbing in the water, your teleport arrow is going to fly right over the tower. You're going to land like 40 blocks that way and have to walk back over. So just hold shift and shoot. Shoot. Shoot now. How about now? There we go. See? And we switched positions. Somehow I went underneath the floor there, but he is down there. I go to the edge of the tower here, so I can lose his aggro, so he doesn't start. He'll continue to shoot at you, even if you're at the top or the top level, and he'll destroy the level. And here, I don't think he can destroy this box, but I don't want him shooting at us while we are trying to unlock this top box. So, been kind of unfortunate or unlucky with these top blocks. This one here is another diamond wand. Now, this one's not too bad. It doesn't have any shock or anything like that. Some of them with the maxed out shock enchantment on the lock, it's pretty tough, especially when you don't have a lot of health. So, got pretty lucky here with it just being a diamond wand. Unfortunately, these ones just take a long time. But if you can't remember, just write it down. As you go through, there are 9 pins. And as you go down, just write down each one you unlock. So when you go back in, you're not wasting more lockpicks, forgetting where you were. And there we go. We have it opened. Now, as you can see here, we got some sunglasses, golden apple. I love that we got another glowing ingot. That's going to be important for the dragon's eye. Only one ender pearl, which I kind of want more ender pearls for more teleport arrows, death scrolls, things like that. But I'm just trying to scavenge anything that I can. I do take the glowstone dust because with silver, glowstone dust, and blaze powder, you can make glowing ingots, and you can break down the glowing ingots to get the glowing ingot dust. So some things were good here. Got a little bit of XP. Not too bad, but yeah. So just north of that battle tower, we found another mega battle tower. So I wanted to mark this on the map so I can come back to it. But in my head, I'm like, I still have another teleport arrow. I could totally cheese the treasure room in this mega battle tower. Now, to actually take on this tower, it's still a little bit too much. Once the mobs get really going, it's just a lot to handle. Not that we couldn't, not that it's impossible, it's just tough. So we made it to the top here. Now I put back down the water here to give myself kind of an escape jump route just in case. But the way you do this is directly in front of me now is 4 Vex spawners, and you can see them there. There's 1 Vex. These guys are kind of a pain. So Vexes can go through walls. They usually spawn with swords, little mini swords, but it's just a normal sword. And when they hit pretty hard. So once you go through there, you basically just want to speed break down these spawners. I'm trying to dodge as much as I can. That was pretty lame that those moss or the vines were all over that spawner, making it hard, but we made it out with not taking too much damage. Now we just want to take on the Vexes that are still out, so that way they don't bother us too much while we're trying to do the teleport arrow swap with the golem. So just cleaning a bit of these guys up here. They can be such a pain just because their hitbox is so small, and the way they aggro on you is kind of weird. Like they'll fly next to you and then they'll just like kind of jump and run at you. I've had good times with Vexes and bad times. Do not shoot the Vexes with your teleport arrows. That's what happens. So right here, yeah, I took a bit of damage trying to shoot them, and then I was falling and they kept hitting me. So but right here I marked out, or I hit out a little hole there, as you can see. That's going to be a little peek hole, little keyhole that you can shoot the golem through. But I backed off because I wanted to get rid of some of this stuff. I want to make sure that this is perfect as I do it. But something very unfortunate happens, and I'll explain it to you right here. So I get all set up. I'm ready to go. I pause it because I have to leave. I forgot to restart my OBS. I pressed pause. I forgot to restart it. I'm such a dummy. But in the next episode, when we do another mega battle tower, I promise I will keep it going and show you guys how that works with the golem here. But so there's still a few kind of stray vexes flying around. I was able to get that first chest open. Honestly, not really good loot. And as I go through all these chests, it's honestly a bit disappointing. I mean, this is probably the worst chest or treasure room from one of these mega battle towers that I've ever seen. Most of these have amazing loot. I'm talking like crazy baubles, usually lots of either XP or, you know, diamonds or weapons or enchanted books, but there was really nothing. I mean, this one has bronze in it. Like, come on, game. Give me a break. But we got out of the easy locks. As I'm checking these other locks, I can see that we have a silver one and we have a diamond one. The silver one here shouldn't be too bad. As you can see, this one here only has 7 pins, so 2 less than the diamond one. Just, if you can remember, for me, numbers are pretty easy. You just got to remember where you hit and go from there. Right here, I had to turn my render distance down because the mobs were spawning so much that I'm loading up all the mobs, as you saw for a second, all the mobs from different levels. It's causing so much lag, I couldn't even do the lockpick. Like, it's just so intense. And there's a lot of armored mobs. Look at that. Lots of armored mobs as well. Still these vex bugging me. Get out of here. So if I can handle this vex here real quick. There we go. I think he's dead. Good. I summoned my horse on accident. Whoopsie. But I mean, look at this. I mean, there's gold nuggets in here. Spider, spider eyes. I think they're fermented spider eyes. Which could be useful for potions. But I'm like, what is going on here? Like, these are not good loot. It's not good loot. I'm like, okay. Last one, it broke and I didn't get shocked, which is really good, because if this was shocked, I probably would have just left it. Because I am very low, or I'm pretty low on my health. Really, it's coming from my legs and feet, but still, don't want to mess with that. Man, these vexes will not leave me alone. All right, so we get the last chest opened, and I'm like, man, come on. Like, a cross necklace. Maybe I can get that for spectral seal. I got 4 there. Gunpowder, string, bones. Like, I got robbed. I got straight robbed. Now, the Fortune 3 tome, the Looting tome, that's pretty neat. That's going to be able to give us Fortune 4 and Looting 4 when combined with the same enchantment on those tools. But, I mean, that one had Sharpshooter. I'm like, come on, man. Give me a break. There's paper on enchanted swords. So, yeah, as you can see, some of my armor broke from the vexes. So, I had been out traveling so long and took so much damage that, I didn't repair them and they broke. So, after... So here, just dropping off the loot, kind of breaking down some of the ores and going through what I have. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I think I have enough to make the dragon's eye. Just thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I have the stage 5 dragon head. Okay, right here, I repair my chest plate real quick. But I think I have it. Like, I have, I think, something like 13 glowing ingots. I have plenty of diamonds. I think I can do this. I definitely can do this. well, I'm able to get most of the stuff I need here. Now, I'm actually excited that I tried to do this with a broken sword. To be able to test it for you guys and show you that you actually need fully, repaired swords. You cannot, I got all excited because I knew that what was coming. But you cannot use swords that have damage, as you'll see here in a second. But so I make another sword. We click on there and see it pulled in the damaged sword, but I cannot get the dragon's eye. So it has to be a full sword. So really quickly, I just make another one, go back to the dragon's eye, and pull the damaged one out, put that new one in. Oh my gosh, let's go dragon's eye, baby. This is a pivotal moment in RLCraft. I'm so excited I don't even know where to put it. It is a head bubble. It only goes in the head slot. But yeah, as you see immediately, I was clearly very happy. We got night vision right away. This also gives us fire resistance and immunity to stuff like hyperthermia, which is the one from heat. So yeah, super excited. I had to test out. As you can see, we are fire resistant. Let's go. So back on the rabbit's foot grind. As I told you guys before, rabbits spawn in deserts and in snowy biomes as well. So I had this one relatively closely. Just hopped up here with the old trusty steed, and we're going to go hunting for some rabbits. Up here, like I said, the rabbits, they make them like perfect, like the same exact color as the snow or the sand, making them super sneaky. Of course, there's a dragon right there. But right there, I saw a few rabbits. You can see them hopping around, but they blend in so well. So you have to keep your eyes peeled when you're looking for these guys. All right, let's see how many more rabbits it's going to take. All right, as you can see, it took 13 rabbits just to get one rabbit's foot. I'm like, okay, come on, really? Right there, I get 2 in a row? Come on, game, what are you doing? I go 12 with none. So now we have everything we need to be able to tame the hippogriff. We have at least 2 of the rabbit's feet. I believe we get another one right here. Yeah, I'm like, come on, game. Man, so we have 3. That should be more than plenty. Now it's time to hunt a hippogriff. Well, here we get summoned by a siren. Now, if this happens to you in your world early on, it can be devastating. If you don't have a way to deal with her, it can be pretty scary. They actually hit really hard. But here, gave her a good thump, backed her up, and now I'm just waiting to see what's going to go on. I saw that she was kind of like special, like enchanted. I don't know what she has, so I'm kind of waiting. Okay, I'm pretty sure if you're on land, they won't attack you. Like, you have to be in the water, and that's why they call you. They call you in the water, and then they attack you. So right here, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to take her on. I get in the water, but there might be something weird going on between like the levels. She can't swim up to me. Maybe she needs like 2 free spaces of water to be able to swim up to me, because I'm like, why is she not attacking me? Like, I just want to kill her. Like, come here. But yeah, so with these, when you're close, typically the siren song doesn't continue because this is like the battle time. But yeah, once they get close, if you need to, hold your shield up, but if not, just beat them down. Now, the cool thing that sirens drop is the glowing scales. Now you'll need those, or the shiny scales, and you'll need the shiny scales for your Tide Guardian armor. So I continued to look for a hippogriff. I think I found one right here, kind of peeks into my render distance. Yep, right there to the right. And yeah, so looking in the desert is good. Any of the any of the sand biomes or the high altitude biomes is where they will spawn. Now, this specific guy has a tragic journey ahead of him. And yeah, it's probably only going to be like 30 seconds of speedrunning or maybe a minute for you guys. But it was 15 or so minutes of me following this guy, trying to wait for him to land. It's frustrating. I'll let you guys just watch this and watch the end. It's tragic. So right here, I follow him into the ocean, and he's swimming over the water, and then he like dive bobs into the water. And then I'm like, okay, initially I think this is a good thing that he's stuck on the water, but there's a sea serpent in the water, and yeah, it killed him. Not nice. All that time wasted just for him to die to that sea serpent. And he leaps for joy at the end. Wow. Alrighty, after a little bit of searching, we find this guy here, and I'm like, yes. Alright, he's already on the ground. Here we go. Throw it on the ground. He takes it and then leaves. Wow. What a selfish hippogriff. Seriously? You're going to eat 1 foot and then just bounce and never come down again? Thank you. Thank you for that. As you can see here, we follow this guy for a while. I mean, he just ate. Jerk. So he might not come down for a while, but he's the only hippogriff I've seen in a little bit. So I definitely want to keep following him. And that's basically how you do this. If you see them, if you have... Oh my gosh, there's a dragon there. Wow. Oh, he just came into resident distance. It's a bit frustrating. But yeah, basically how you do this is you find them, wait for them to come to the ground, which they will when they're hungry. As you saw him at the beginning, you drop the foot on the ground, they eat it, and then they will become yours after so many feet. Now, see this one, he goes over the hill, and he's never seen again. Sweet. And I'm not going to chase him with that dragon there. So, a little bit more searching. I mean, I cut out quite a bit, but we find this guy here, and I'm like, okay, cool. Let's follow him. I think we can get this guy as well. He's kind of a cool, like, black and gray one. So I'm like, man, I really want this one. He's pretty neat looking. So we're just tiptoeing. And then I kind of have this weird feeling in the back of my head that he's going back towards the dragon. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep following. Hopefully he doesn't keep going that way. Hopefully he turns around. I've been following him for a minute. Just going to keep the rabbit foot in my hand. Be ready for when he does come down. And then I'm like, wait a minute. This looks pretty familiar. I think he's leading me towards the dragon. But, nope, just going to keep following him. Okay. Nothing bad yet. I can still see him, which is great. One of the worst things is when you go into forests and you can't see them when they go over the top. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He led me straight to the dragon. This is where I lost the other one. Oh my gosh. This is going to take forever. And see, there he goes. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of hippogriffs. They just go over that hill and then they're never seen again. Seriously, it's frustrating.
One eternity later.
So, now we found 2 more. This one I wanted so bad. He is, like, he kind of reminds me of a bald eagle. Got the white head, the black body. I was like, dang, I definitely want this guy. Okay. And there's 2 of them. They're pretty low. We're not near the dragon. Come on. Let's get these guys to come down. So right here, the one I want went over the trees, and I lose him, and then I see this one pop out. I'm like, oh, this is the other one. Ugh. Where? Oh wait, where did he go now? I still hear flapping. Okay, this is what's so frustrating about trying to find these guys when they're flying over forests. And then yeah, now I don't hear any flapping. Great. So a good amount of time has passed now, and oh my gosh, the perfect opportunity guy comes right here. He's already in the water, he's downed. Okay, as long as he doesn't fly away when he touches land, this is our guy right here. Okay, oh yes, he's staying on the ground. Okay, it's time. You, me, we're gonna be buddies. Here you go, buddy, here you go. Yes, okay, he ate one. Eat the other one. Eat this one. Don't fly away, please, don't fly away, please, don't fly away. Okay, I'll pick it up for you. Here you go. Eat the foot. You want the foot. You like the foot. Eat the foot. Eat it. Hey, come on, buddy. Come here. Eat the foot. Eat the foot. Do you want it? Yeah. Yes. Yes. He's ours. Oh my gosh. Yes, he's ours. Okay. Okay. I'm like so excited in this moment. My brain's like melting, but I can't do it. Come on. Put the saddle on. Put the saddle on. How do I do this? How do I do this? Please. Just let me freaking get into his inventory. There we go. We can put the saddle on. There we go. Yes. We have a flying mount. Oh my gosh, this is such a good moment. This is going to allow us to travel very far on the map. It's going to allow us to be able to fly over and around all these frustrating dragons, which if you've been following along in the series here, they're everywhere. Like, it's like a barricade of dragons around my house and around this place. And I put some of them on here, but so right here we take a good little trip, and I want to be able to get the hippogriff home. That's very important. He doesn't have armor right now. We make it a little bit later, but it's very important that you take your hippogriff home. Unlike the lycanite mobs, where you can soul bind them to you, by putting a soul stone on them, and then after that, if they die, they'll just respawn. Now, unlike them, the hippogriff, if they die, they die. That is it. So it's kind of a kind of a con, but hippogriffs, they fly pretty neat. The only thing you have to kind of be aware of as well is you do not use shift to go down on a hippogriff. I've made that fatal mistake before, very high up in the air, and you press shift and you fall to your death. You use the X button by default to go down on a hippogriff, and obviously a spacebar is to fly. But yeah, we are just trying to get this guy home so he's nice and safe, so we can put some armor on him and then explore from there. Alright guys, well, that's all the time we have for today. There's a large chicken and an observer interrupting my outro. Please go away. Please go away. Okay. They're just going to despawn. But anyways, we got so much stuff done in this episode today. It was so much exploring, but we got our dragon's eye. We're immune to fire. We can see in the dark. We got our hippogriff here. He's pretty sweet. I mean, this took so long, but it's so rewarding. Now we can fly around and explore this map properly and see what we can get into. I think in our next episode, we're really going to dive into some of these more mega battle towers. Maybe take on some of the Lycanite dungeons and Doomlight dungeons and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, give it a like. Share it with as many people as you can. I would love that. It would really help me out. Leave a comment on what's your favorite part of RLCraft. And leave a comment as well for any name ideas you have for our hippogriff buddy here. Alright, as always guys, stay safe out there. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.